What's good? Who ready to talk about this? Who ready to talk about this? We got the 5.56 NATO. We got the 300 Blackout. We got the 7.62. Who ready to talk about it? But real soon, we're gonna start talking about this. Can you see that? Can you see that? We're gonna start talking about this. Can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see that? We're gonna talk about that soon. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at that. Woo. So we're gonna talk about this soon. I just did a video on Instagram, and Instagram actually just kicked me out of there. It is what it is, I guess. But we're gonna talk about this real soon on another video. I'll probably try to do it this evening while I'm at home. This is my Deltone lower. Has been completely gutted, has been almost completely redone. We're gonna talk about the pieces that I had to take off. Remember, I had the bad lever on here that I actually had to take off in order to get my 300 Blackout upper on there, because it is not a rear charging, it is actually a side charging upper. And with that side charging upper, the little cutout that they have right here for where the bad lever or where your bolt catch release button is, this here, you know, you lock the bolt open, lock it open, you know. Remember, I had the bad lever on there. You can just hit it, click, and it closes the bolt. The top of the bad lever was too broad in order for it to fit up into the 300 Blackout space there. It worked really fine here on the 7.62 because it is rear charging, and the cutout is actually a little wider. I don't know why they didn't do that for, see how much wider it is? I don't know why they didn't do that for the 300 Blackout. But it is what it is. So I took that off, was able to get the 300 Blackout upper on there with ease, ran some rounds through it today, as well as the 7.62 and the 5.56 NATO. All three of them performed. I'm extremely happy. 300 Blackout, I got about 150 yards out easily. This actual scope here is a 3x9, which will allow you to get out to about 400 yards if need be in the right conditions. But on a consistent basis, 200, 250 and less does its job extremely well. The 7.62 8K 7.62 AR-47 now, because it is the AR platform. With the 7.62, I have the Fiachi magnifier on there, which I took the mount and I flipped the mount over to the right side, because if I put it to the left, me being a right-handed shooter, as I shoot, I feel like it's going to actually go back and bust me in the face. So flipped it around, got it on the right side, running a very budget-friendly, which kept it 0 after 100 rounds. Penty red dot. Extremely well, very bright reticle, everything. I love this budget. A friend introduced me to it before I even left his home. I actually purchased it. It came in, put it on with the Fiachi magnifier. Works extremely well. And then on my EDC everyday upper, my 5.56 NATO, I run the SIG Romeo 5. I love it. Compared to the two, they're very, very, very similar. You know, battery life, everything. It's just this here, after taxes and everything and shipping, it only cost me about $56, where the Romeo 5 ran me about $120 after all said and done. So if this continues to work, it is extremely well. Even though my homeboy was shooting it on a 308 and I have it on a 7.62, and I've seen other people throw it on the 300 Blackout, they all work extremely well. I might go ahead and order some more of these extremely budget friendly and extremely well put together and holds it 0 with these higher caliber Penty red dots. All right. Yeah, Penty. I think I said it right. Penty. Red dots. But we're going to talk about all this stuff here in the near future. We're going to talk about the folding brace adapter that I have on here. Oh, the folding brace adapter that I have on here. We're also going to talk about the Geissele H2 buffer, as well as the Geissele Super 42 buffer spring that we installed into here. The trigger, I replaced the GS3 trigger from Geissele, and I'll put the stock one back in there with a little bit of a heavier hammer spring to make sure that the rounds go off until my new trigger comes in. I have a new trigger that I found that I've been researching that the homie actually had. Loved it. Love how crisp it was. Love how short the reset was. Love how easy it was to squeeze the trigger. We also went ahead and we got on our 45 degree Fortis Ambi safety. I went with the 45 because, you know, I train a lot with that. It's real easy and crisp to get it off of safety and take my shots if I need to take my shots, as well as to get it back on when I finish taking my shots, just for training purposes or whatever it may be. You know, so there we go. So we're going to talk about the 5.56 NATO, as well as the Delton, the used to be Delton Lima lower, which is completely gutted and redone. We're going to talk about the 7.62 10.5 inch upper with the Fiachi magnifier and Penty red dot. And then we're also going to talk about the side charging 300 blackout with one of my favorite scope companies, Monstrum. All right. So much love, much respect. We'll get to that in the near future. Maybe tonight or maybe this weekend. I got a free week off pretty much from baseball because of the tournaments.